Hi, writers. Yesterday we wrote the ending for our fiction stories. And the way we did it was we solved the problem for our character and we told how they were feeling. So now our fiction stories have characters and setting, they have a beginning, a middle, and an end, and they have a problem and a solution. So today I want to talk to you about um, something fun, some fun things that you could add to your fiction stories to make them really come alive for your reader. Something else that fiction stories have are speech bubbles, right? You've seen this a lot, and sound words. And these are really easy to add to your stories, and they really help your reader make a movie in their mind and make your story come alive for them. Take a look at some examples of speech bubbles in books that we've read. So this is from My Friend is So Fun, and Mo Willems uses speech bubbles in that book to tell exactly how the character, exactly what the character's saying. So here's Snake. Remember, they're kind of worried that their friends are hanging out together, and he says, "Much more fun." They're worried that they're having more fun together than they have with them. And here's a page in Knuffle Bunny, and Mo Willems does it again. Trixie lost her bunny and she's trying to tell her daddy that she doesn't know where her bunny is, but she doesn't know how to talk yet. So in her speech bubble, Willems writes, "Wumpy, flappy, like baby talk." And I think that's kind of fun that the reader gets to read that. Here's a page from Froggy Learns to Swim, and you might notice that there's no speech bubble, but there is speech. Here's Froggy's mom, and you can tell what she's saying, right? She says, "Froggy," and it makes the story really fun to read. Here are some examples of sound words in books. Here are Froggy's parents going to the pond and they're hopping away, and the author writes flop, flop, flop. Flop is a sound word, and you can almost imagine that you're there and you can hear Froggy's parents hopping away, right? Here's a page from Shortcut by Donald Cruz, and the kids are trying to get off the train tracks really quick, and there's a big sound word here. And it says, "Ooh, ooh." What do you think is making that sound? Right? It's the sound of the train whistle. And when you read it like that, you can almost imagine that you're there and you're hearing that train coming. So sound words and speech bubbles are something that writers add to their stories to make them more interesting and make them come alive for their reader. So I thought about how I could add speech bubbles and sound words to my story about Danny and his mom at the beach. I decided to put a speech bubble here in my middle. Do you remember what was happening in the middle? Right, it's when Danny was standing at the shore. He was really hot and he wanted to go in the water, but he was scared. So I thought about what words might he be saying, right? I made my character talk. What might he be saying? And I decided that he was saying, "The waves are big." So I wrote those words and I put a speech bubble around it so my reader knows what my character was saying. Here's my ending. And I decided that I wanted to put a sound word here. So here's when Danny's mom goes in the water ahead of him to show him that it's not scary. And my words say Danny's mom went in the water and started splashing around. And I know what it sounds like when people splash in the water, right? So I wrote splish, splash. I thought that was a good place for a sound word. So today, boys and girls, I want you to think about where in your story you could add a speech bubble and where you can add a sound word to make your writing really come alive for your reader. Okay, I can't wait to read them, and I'll see you next time.